Hi there. Welcome to another edition of the Interview SME series. This week's edition will be focused on how small businesses and startups can emulate the Paystack success story. We all know of Paystack, a fintech company founded in 2015 by Shola Akinlade and Ezra Olubi. It started with a simple yet unique idea before going on to become the first ever Nigerian startup to be accepted into the world-famous Y Combinator program in 2016. However, on October 15, 2020, Paystack was acquired by Stripe, a global online payment processing platform based in the United States, for $200 million. This deal, aside from being Stripe's largest acquisition, is also the biggest fintech acquisition in Nigeria's history. Professor Lere Baale, the Chief Executive of Business School Netherlands International, Nigeria, in this exclusive interview, shares with us what other startups must do if they want to replicate the Paystack success story.
The journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with the first step. You might not be able to raise $1 million immediately, but you start somewhere. And as you bring in, you expose that idea to more people. There will be angel investors. There will be family members who will invest. There will be friends who will invest. You'll be able to raise the capital that is required to start something. And when what you started looks promising, then more investors will come in. And that's exactly what has happened with Paystack. So you start with your own little seed money, and as you share the idea with more people, and you show them the prototype, and show them the business model, and show them some maybe pilots in one small corner of the town, or to a target audience that is very small in number. These are the early innovators who will embrace things like that. You start to show them that this thing has promise. Once anything has good promise, investors will be willing to invest in it, particularly if you can prove. Paystack has certainly confirmed what I've said earlier. They have looked at the environment and they realized the fact that technology is going to play an increasing role. So they took advantage of that technological tool as a way for them to create their services. And what has happened is that as more and more people find greater level of convenience in embracing modern technology, including the older generations, they are realizing the fact that they will be left behind unless they embrace technology. So as they embrace technology and make use of services of Paystack, the value of Paystack started to move up exponentially. And what you have seen is an idea that comes from two people who I do in the marketplace. Most of the law enforcement agents might just see them as Yahoo boys, but they have been able to develop using the online platform and tech as a tool for them to be able to raise the value, the equity of the company, and you could see what was offered to them. But I think the major challenge we have in our culture is that people have idea. They want to be the full owner of that idea. They want to be the only owner of the company. And they don't have the resources. So they die with the idea. And so that's why it's normally said that the cemetery is filled with more resources than the oil and the gas that we are mining on the field. But there are a lot of ideas that have died with people. Our culture needs to change. We need to learn how to partner with other people to be able to birth ideas and to water the ideas and to grow the idea and nurture the ideas into fruition. The likes of Steve Jobs actually had to collaborate with other people in order to set up Apple and to nurture Apple. And today, Apple capital is in excess of $2 trillion. He did not monopolize the ownership. Nigerian SMEs, we need to learn how to collaborate with other people to share ownership of their companies. Some people will put money as capital or as resource. Some will put connection as resource. Some will bring in knowledge and ideas as resource. And I think that is the way to go. For the SMEs, they shouldn't just make it a purely family business or a one-man business that dies with them. As more and more people, that was what I was talking about when I spoke about diversity. The mere fact that you diversify ownership of your company doesn't mean that the company is going to die. Rather, ideas will come, new ideas will come, richer ideas. Nurturing the idea will now become not just your own problem alone, to be a challenge to every other owner. And two heads are usually better than one. And so as you put more heads together, you're able to synergize. So, and that synergy will nurture the growth of that company into fruition. So I recommend collaboranomics, which is a collaboration of two or more people to nurture SMEs to greater levels. That is the way to go now.